You are listening to the Colts Report with Will Retherford, Sam Frick, and today guest Michelle Garmon, and it's only on the Central Indiana Sports Report. Welcome back, Colts fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report for a special edition of the Colts Report, a Monday Night Football preview between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. I am joined by our Colts guys, our linebackers, Sam and Will, Sam Frick and Will Retherford, and Michelle Garmon of the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader to preview the Monday night game between the Colts and 49ers. It's a game that when you looked at it before the season, you thought it might be a really important game. Certainly when they were 7-1, 8-2, it seemed like it was going to be an important game. And now it's more an interesting game than an important game, Will. It's going to be interesting to see what they do on Monday night.
Well, it is an important game. The Colts need to win games to have any chance of making the playoffs. So I think it is.
That's my point. They're not winning this game.
Is entertaining. I kind of agree with you. I do think the 49ers are more gettable than the Rams are, especially at home. I disagree with the analysts that are saying that the 49ers are going to win this game by 10 points. They're just not a team I think is capable of beating good teams badly. So I expect this game to be close. That probably comes over to the turnover battle. I'm worried about the matchup with Christian McCaffrey on our coverage linebackers. I think it's a big weak spot. I think if you're able to contain the McCaffrey check down and keep Kittle somewhat human, the Colts can stay in this game.
Well, just wait till you hear my prediction. Sam?
I didn't really have a chance to talk about the Seattle game, but obviously that was a well-planned game on paper in terms of how to be able to approach that match with Seattle. We couldn't score enough points in the end, and then our defense couldn't make the stop when we needed to late. So now you get to this match with San Francisco, and I would argue, Will, and maybe Will and Red, you can disagree with me, Michelle as well. I think we can match up better with Brock Purdy, I think. Brock Purdy's nothing special at quarterback, I'm going to be quite honest with you, but I do agree with Will. I am very concerned up front, particularly against Christian McCaffrey and the offensive line of San Francisco. I am a little more concerned about the matchup up front than I am with the quarterback. I think our secondary can get the job done. And as you mentioned, Will, this is a game we have to win out, and we're going to need some help along the way as well.
Guys, Christian McCaffrey is going to have about 8,000 yards in this game, Michelle. This is the exact back that's going to kill the Colts.
Yeah, he has the potential to do that. Sam, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit about Brock Purdy. What Brock Purdy is that Sam Darnold still is not quite yet is he's a winner, and he's been clutch for them sometimes in big games. Does he have quite the arm? No, there's just something intangible that makes Brock Purdy successful. But I will say this, I just think the 49er defense is going to be just too much for the Colts. But it is a very important game. It's an important game for both teams. The Colts have to win out, and San Francisco, they're playing for their playoff lives too. It's a game that both teams are going to come into knowing that the season just get the postseason hopes get a lot dimmer with a loss.
Guys, I'm not worried about Brock Purdy. Michelle, I just think that he is a system quarterback. I think he's great if he's on time, but if the Colts disrupt his rhythm, he's go way gettable. And similar to the way that Sam Darnold is. Purdy will give you the ball as well. He's kind of pick prone. I think DeForest Buckner's return to this Colts lineup is going to help stifle McCaffrey through the A and B gap in terms of his running ability. And to be quite frank, the Colts have done a pretty good job of bottling running backs up here recently. I think Nick Cross will play an important role as the, kind of that fourth linebacker filling in as the strong safety. He's been awesome this season. I think if McCaffrey kills the Colts, it's through the air. It's through him, just a bunch of check downs out of the backfield, and he's able to make guys miss. If the Colts can rally, they can tackle and be fundamentally sound, kind of bottle him up. I think that you'll see that this is a team that's probably built to slow him down. He's not been an efficient runner. He's been a volume runner for sure, averaging less than 4 yards per carry.
Are you
You
saying
know,
this
it just
Colts
comes
run
down
defense is good? Is that what you're saying?
DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart are two of the best interior defensive linemen at stopping the run in the league. Yeah, if that's what you're asking. I don't think as in totality they are, but getting Buckner back makes them a lot more dangerous in the
And the
run
Colts
game. And
have
if you're
never
able to
been able to cover a running back in pass coverage ever.
that's their game plan. It's not like the 49ers have a plethora of receivers on the outside that really scare you. I mean, Jawan Jennings has kind of come into his own. I think Kittle scares you a little bit, but you like that matchup with Kenny Moore. If he's the one that matches up with George Kittle a lot inside, I like that matchup. I felt the Colts had no chance of winning this game, and I'm kind of talking myself, and I like the Colts a little bit. I like them as a 5.5-point home dog if the offense can just put any points on the board.
See, that's the thing I'm worried about right there is the offense. Are we going to be able to score enough points? Philip Rivers has no arm anymore. And I like the guy, but he has no arm anymore.
Great story. You get Colts offense against the 49ers defense is probably an unfair matchup. The Colts are just going to get demolished by that defense. The Colts defense against the 49ers offense is a little more fair, but still I'll take the 49ers offense. I don't see what you guys are seeing. I'm going to give my prediction, and it's not close. Just say that. I'm sure you can tell from my tone already.
It's awesome.
I'm worried they're going to get embarrassed.
If we put a bunch of stock into beating shitty teams, then sure, we should care about what the 49ers have done. I mean, 3 of their last 4 games have been the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Browns, and the Titans. So you've got 6 wins between those 3 teams outside of the Panthers. I mean, come on. It's awesome to bully bad teams. The Colts did at the beginning of the year, but these are still professional football players. The game plan matters. Nobody thought they had a snowball's chance in hell going to Seattle and playing well outside of myself, and I don't see why they don't keep it close again. If it becomes a war, the Colts can slow teams down enough to give themselves a fighting chance. I don't know with Philip Rivers. We'll see. Hopefully the offense has schemed up a little better for him, but Jonathan Taylor, they're middle of the pack defensively. They're the 12th ranked rush defense. They're the 24th ranked pass defense. So take that for what you will. I just think this team has a better chance of winning than anybody thinks, and I kind of hope it happens a little bit because they've been basically shit on in the media the last week after the Seattle conundrum. One injury and Riley Leonard is back, and regardless of how you feel about Rivers, I still think Riley Leonard might give you a better shot to win.
I could see a game plan for beating the 49ers with Riley Leonard. I don't see it with Philip Rivers.
Hey, Will, are you 100% sure the Buckner's playing? Because I just saw a clip last night where he said he's got a lot to weigh because he wanted
Steichen just came out 2 hours ago and said Buckner will play. Okay. We'll start.
But I'm not so sure that he'll play a complete game.
I don't think it matters anyway. I think the 49ers are going to gash the Colts defense. This is the type of offense that really hurts the Colts. It's not a great team.
Schematically, the 49ers, Kubiak is from the Shanahan-McVay tree. They just schemed against this defense last week, or this offense, excuse me. If there's stylistically a matchup, I get McCaffrey's better than Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker, but you're seeing the same offensive structure with maybe less weapons. Outside of McCaffrey and Kittle, I think that the Seahawks' weapons are probably better across the board. I think you would say that Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Brock Purdy.
Too. I think what happened was the Seahawks took Philip Rivers' arm seriously for the first half, and then the second half realized he couldn't throw the ball more than 15 yards, and the Colts couldn't do anything. So I think the 49ers are going to realize that too, and there's no chance Jonathan Taylor is going to beat them when they realize that Philip Rivers can't throw a 25-yard out.
I would be very surprised if San Francisco doesn't have 8 or 9 all within 5 yards of scrimmage just to say, Philip Rivers, we're going to make you have to beat us with your arm.
They're going to load the bots, that's for sure. They're going to blitz everything. They're going to force Rivers to try to use his arm. And trust me, guys, Rivers is just not the guy anymore to throw the football.
All right, guys, 35-9 49ers is my final score prediction.
For me, I say 49ers by 10 points to 2 touchdowns.
Last week, the Colts scored 1 touchdown with rest being field goals, and Seattle had no touchdowns and all but field goals. In this game, I think we get 1 more touchdown. We get 2 touchdowns in the game somehow. But in the end, I still think we lose this game. I think I'm more agreeing to Will. I think it will still somehow be close because of our defense, and I just don't like San Francisco that much. Beyond McCaffrey, I'm going to go San Francisco 26, Colts 23.
Colts score another touchdown. San Francisco scores 3. It's still going to be enough in the end. 23-21 Colts.
Oh, you're picking the Colts to win outright. Interesting. Okay, I hope you're right. That would be fun. That sure would make things interesting. And this team sure has been interesting, if nothing else, hasn't it? It's not we haven't had things to talk about all year.
Every week there's been something to talk about. And next week we're going to be talking about, the Colts can win 2 games against divisional opponents, and they're in the playoffs. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Well, I sure hope you're right. Will, Sam, Michelle, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it as always, and go Colts.
Go Colts.
Thank you so much to my linebackers, Will and Sam, and to our guest, Michelle Garmon of the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader. Thank you so much for listening. Please do us a huge favor. Help us spread the word about the Central Indiana Sports Report by sending this podcast to a Colts fan in your life. Always appreciate it. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.